We all know the importance of how we represent ourselves. The things we say and the things we do influence the people around us. It's all about the message we are sending, including the things that we wear. Christians can be more aware of the messages we bring to others in their clothing with Covenant Press. Covenant Press is a faith-based Christian apparel and accessory store that is fearfully and wonderfully made. If you want to wear the message of Christ and Christianity, then go to their website at covenant-press.com. That's www.covenant-press.com. For the next 24 hours, you will get 25% off the purchase of $50 or more using the discount code GROWTH at checkout. Sign up and become a member to receive points for future purchases. Again, that's covenant-press.com, www.covenant-press.com to get 25% off your purchase of $50 or more using discount code GROWTH at checkout. Tell your friends and family about covenant-press.com so we can all share the message. Welcome to LaQuita's Toolbox, where we deliver relevant content in the form of tools that empower entrepreneurs to elevate personally and professionally. Good is only good until greater is envisioned. You know there's another level in you. Here we discuss the tools to get you there. Lean in as LaQuita and her guests present you with strategies and insight for unlocking your full potential to realize your boldest dream.
Welcome back to another amazing episode of LaQuita's Toolbox. I am your host, LaQuita Monley, and I am super excited today to have with me in the studio, Adegoke, and he is an amazing man, and I really hope I did not just butcher his name, but if I did, I apologize. He's going to get me right here in a minute.
It's okay. Good to be here. Yeah.
I am so excited to have you. I had the pleasure being on your podcast recently, and I knew that you definitely have some tools that the Toolbox audience needs to have. So those of you that are returning listeners, you already know, get something to write with and get something to write on, because you will be receiving some Power Pack tools in today's episode. But without further ado, sir, please introduce yourself to the Toolbox audience. Tell us who you are and what you do.
Good. Thank you so much, LaQuita. It's such a privilege and honor being on your platform. The last time you were on my podcast, the feedback was amazing. You are a woman that is showing up with so much value, content, and expertise. So I salute and celebrate you. Now, my name is Adegoke Omotola. I'm a John Maxwell certified leadership coach, speaker, and trainer. I'm also a certified customer service trainer. I'm an author of 2 books, Customer Retention and Experiential Approach, and also Professional Selling Skills. I've got courses on Udemy. So I'm a leadership coach as well as customer service consultant. I just love to add value. I have a podcast. It's called Leadership Talk with Adegoke, massive podcast, adding so much value and content globally. Good to be here. Thank you.
Awesome, sir. Awesome. Yes, indeed. Listen, guys, you don't want to miss this treat. As entrepreneurs, customer service, customer retention, and sales are our life. Without those things working properly, then our businesses will fail. And know that one of the 2 keys to that, as the leaders within the company, key leaders, owners, etc., team leaders, employees, because even as I've said it before, and I said it on Adegoke's podcast, every one of us are a leader in our own right. Or no matter what capacity you might be filling in your career, job, or business, you are a leader. And so that's what we're gonna talk about today, the power of leadership and how it impacts us in those departments of customer service, customer retention, and sales. Yeah. And so, sir, please, this is your wheelhouse, so feel free to really just start to break that down for us.
Okay. I've been an entrepreneur for 20 years. For that, I was in the banking industry. And so it's been a journey for me. So I'm going to be sharing from experience. I'm not just an author, in terms of customer retention, customer service. I believe that without customers, leaders can show up. Entrepreneurs will go extinct. And so our customers are the lifeblood of our business. And so we need to be able to find those customers, keep them, and grow the customers. It's called the FKG factor. Keep finding customers, keeping them, and growing the customers. The customers, with the pandemic, so much has happened. There's been a recalibration. And so ordinarily, you wait for your customers to come in. Now you have to go in search of customers. What platforms, what touch points? Is it Instagram? Is it Facebook? Is it Twitter? Is it to all the platforms where they are? And so not just go there, you must be savvy as well. You must be able to identify their needs and fulfill the needs. What gaps are you feeling with your products? What gaps are you feeling with your service? And so it's not about just selling to customers. Now, what do you do to keep those customers coming back again and again? Sales is what you do, a one-off transaction, but service is what you do to keep the customers in the system, and you can do cross-selling. But service, how do you service your customers? Do you just treat the customers is it transactional or is it a relationship? So I'd just like to stop there before so that you can ask me more questions.
You've said so much right there, because too many times we treat it as a transaction when the power of the customer retention is in the relational sale. If you can just break that down for us, the difference between the two and where we really need to be.
Yeah, because of the need to be profitable. A lot of entrepreneurs think that the more profit you make, the more your business grows. But what is most important is the value you bring to the marketplace. The value in terms of the relationship, how you're able to nurture the relationship, deepen the relationship, expand the relationship, do something valuable for free, and show empathy, go the extra mile. Basic things that would really cost you money. A relationship that is authentic, a relationship that is transparent, a relationship that is creative, a relationship that is for the long haul, a relationship that is not just a 100-meter dash, but a relationship that is continuous. And for you to keep your customers, look at John Maxwell team, which we belong to, both of us. John talks about the law of momentum. You have to get the momentum going because customers, they have options. And if you are not able to, and when you look at Apple comes up with Apple 5, Apple 12, Apple 13, what to keep in the loop. So, yeah. So that's the way it is. So Apple is going to be around for a
long time.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and they have the iPod, they have different products to keep you, engaged. And so now it's not just about you having a product, but you must have a product that's all encompassing. You are also the product. You are the message. If your customers, if they don't buy into you, they're not going to buy into your product. All right. Products don't work on their own. People push out products. What message do you show empathy? Do you build relationships? Are you someone that there's a know, like, and trust factor? Are you someone they can trust even at this time?
This is good. This is good. That transactional thing is so, like you said, it's one off. It doesn't necessarily build relationship. It just, this is what I have. This is what the customer needs. Well, I made the sale. Let's keep moving. And I know sometimes, especially in particular industries, whether it's home buying or whether it's in real estate, auto, a lot of things that may say, okay, that's a one-off, but really it's not. It's not. I don't believe that any type of sales is a one-off. I built that relationship while we're in the process of creating that transaction.
If you don't mind, I just want to speak to, and that's why some businesses are autopilot. You have the referrals, your customers now become your advocates. They put your business out there. They share the experience. They tell people about, how good your product is. And so they bring customers in. So even while you sleep, they're doing the work for you. So what's the experience? What's the experience that your customers are taking away from your business, from interactions with your business? Do you have sort of like a feedback mechanism? What platforms do you have that the customers can reach out and also engage with you? Like I said, the social media, your website, is it interactive or is it just dormant? So you have to put yourself out there and engage with the customers. You have what is called the customer dialogue, because customers, it's just like they want to know that you're there, not just there for the money, but you're there for the relationship.
That's good. That's good. So, just as a scenario, if you would, if you have a company that approaches you and says, okay, I've got some really amazing producers. They are producing, they are closing sales, they're great at customer service, but I have some people who are not producing. And then they bring you in as a trainer to help in that area. What are one or two things that you would do to help an owner in that particular situation?
One of the first things that I'll tell the owner or engage is to make sure that the vision is clear. Because sometimes if the vision is very fuzzy, it cascades down to the people, to the team members. And so lack of clarity, the policies being changed every maybe a few weeks, and lack of clear direction. With COVID, so many things have happened. The lockdown, businesses are being shut, mask and all that. But there has to be a clear path for the business. And it comes from the leader. You can't give what the leader is not clear. If the leader is not assertive, if the leader is not transparent, it's going to affect the team members. They will not be able to take ownership. So for you team members to take ownership, for them to trust you, you have to be clear and you have to hold them by the hand, and they have to know that you'll be there for them if they drop the ball. So they have to know that you're not going to throw them under the bus. So because right now, because a lot of businesses are lost in terms of momentum and profits, margins have shrunk. So some companies have decided to do some layoff. And if your staff, you have to retain your staff before you can retain your customers. Your staff, they are also your customers, they're internal customers.
Yes.
So if they believe that you're with them and when you're going to stand by them, they're ready to just put in the very best. So for the leader, you must be transparent. You must be ready to come down to their level. You must keep in touch. You must also, it's not just about additional instructions, but also showing empathy. You must have a relationship with them, with your staff. Very critical relationship, because that's what's going to ensure that your business goes through the storm without a lot of challenges. For some businesses have had to scale back in terms of staff. Some have had to shut down abruptly. So I would just say that there must be clarity, there must be compassion in terms of empathy for staff, and there must also be a relationship-based organization, which is customer-centric, not just for the external customers, but also for the internal customers, because products will eventually sell in an environment where there's a lot of love, where there's a lot of energy, where there's mutual trust. Yeah.
Yeah, that's real good. That's real good. That's sometimes those of us that do have staff, it can be easy to forget that they are a customer.
That's
And,
right.
you know,
Yeah.
we understand B2B in terms of those businesses, my vendors that I need to build a relationship with and
Yeah.
be productive. We have that, but then our team members, our partners, if you will, they are also our customers, and it's our responsibility, as you said, to be very clear and concise
Yeah.
on what the mission and vision is, because that's a part of their roadmap. If they don't, we don't give them a destination,
Yeah.
and they don't know, and a plan, they won't know. And building that relationship with them, that know, like, and trust factor with your team members, so that your transparency matters to them, trust you, and they know that you have their best interests at heart. And so I found that oftentimes in those situations, wherever they're weaker, they're struggling, they're more inclined
Yeah.
to come to you and say something if they feel like they can trust you. If they don't, they tend to wear that mask that they have it together until it falls apart.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
And they're also watching you. They're watching you closely to find out if you also resilient, because there's a lot of pressure. You're able to take in and because so many things are happening at the same time. But there's a lot of fear in the air. People are worried about catching COVID. People are worried about losing their jobs. People are worried about prices of things have gone up. People are worried about also the future. So you have to be the cheerleader. You have to be the chief motivational officer. You have to be everything wrapped in one. So
Yes.
yeah, so and you must show up continuously. Communicate as well. There must be constant communication, because if you drop the ball in that area, it gives room for suspicion. It gives room for lack of trust. It gives room for also confusion. If the business is facing a downtime, it's also good to be you, the one who gives a lot of hope. They must not just, you must not just be seen, but you must be heard from. Yeah.
Yeah, that's real good. That's real good. Listen, let's talk a little bit about your book on customer retention, and that's
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Experiential approach. Yeah.
Approach. Yeah, I couldn't get it out. And I say that right now because that is also, we understand customers as those that we're providing products and service to.
Yeah.
But you've made a very great point here that your internal customer is also your team member, because a high rate of people going through that revolving door for you, that costs you money. If people are consistently leaving the company and you're having to rehire new people, that costs money, energy, and effort. So talk to us more about your book and some of the great nuggets that can be found in there.
The book this is actually the third edition. The first was written about 12 years ago. And the book it's on Amazon. It's, once you just Google my name, it's a fantastic book. And I also have the course, World-Class Customer Service. So this book, it's a very powerful book. And it looks at customer retention from different perspectives. You have a first-time customer, you have the repeat customer, you have the member, you have the advocate, you have the stakeholder, and you have the partner. So the levels the customers go through. So you don't just see a customer as a walk-in customer. You should see the customer eventually becoming a partner in terms of your business. As you're growing, the customer is growing along with you. And so if you have that kind of mindset, that mind shift, it helps to put the customer in the rightful place as a partner, as opposed to just a walking customer, or, like I said, transactional. Now, this book as well, it looks at the quality of your work, because at a time like this, some businesses are reducing the quality. You don't want to compromise on quality. Put in your best, because you're in for the long haul. Like I said, it's a marathon. So you don't want to compromise on that. And the book also talks about manners, etiquette. A lot of people right now, because of the pandemic, they're getting very temperamental with customers. You're not being emotionally intelligent. This is not the time for you to have issues regarding, you need to work on yourself. You need to work on your mindset. You need to talk to people responsibly. You need to talk to staff responsibly. Show empathy, like I said, kind words, and make the customers feel loved. Show them that you are in, a partnership with them, and a partnership that is enduring, and a partnership that will be beneficial to the customers. So the book has been a blessing to me. It's been a blessing to so many people. There's a lot of feedback that we've gotten, and it's opened a lot of doors. For example, in the banking industry, in insurance industry, in real estate sector, in the fast food industry. This has been a valuable asset and transformed so many businesses. So it's such a privilege and honor that we're a solution even at a time like this. Yes. Thank you so much.
That's awesome. I mean, customer retention, it's like you said at the top of the conversation, the customers are the lifeblood of your business. Your internal customer, your employee, partner, as well as the external customer, the one who is the consumer of your product or service. And so as owners and key leaders, it's an imperative that we understand that and understand how to approach them. And you said something really key: having emotional intelligence is necessary.
You have to be able to self-regulate. You need yourself, because if you have issues regarding self-leadership. No one is going to stay with you for the long.
Yes.
You're not going to be able to retain your customers.
Mhm.
And like I said, you must find the customer, keep the customer, and grow the customer. When you grow the customer, you're meeting their needs, you're fulfilling that role as not just selling a product, but building a relationship that is impact legacy driven. Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
That's good. That's good.
I know you love legacy. So.
I do. I do.
Yeah. So it's not just selling. It's not just about selling products.
Mhm.
You're touching lives. You're building lives. So you're showing up because people have problems beyond using your products. People are going through challenges, the loss of a loved one, emotional challenges, health challenges, challenges with their children. And so you just want to be there and be seen as a partner.
This is true. This is true. With getting a good grasp of that and being willing to do that hard work and add value. All of that is if we can say one sentence or a few words, add value. Like
That's right.
I intentionally want to add value to my team members.
That's right.
Without an expectation or with the expectation that team member is going to grow.
Yeah.
And they are going to become the best version of themselves. And I'm a part of that because my intent is to continuously add value to my team member. And through my product or service, I'm adding value to my end user, to my customer.
Yeah.
And through building that relationship, one of the stages I heard you say is an advocate. They are the best marketer you could ever have.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Because they just want to share the good news, the experiential. They just want to tell people about the experience in terms of using your product, in terms of your staff, in terms of the opportunities that lie in being a customer to your organization. And so it's a win-win. Yeah. You want to say something as well concerning advocacy?
I dare. Oh, we might be on here another 2 hours if I do that. So I'm gonna stay.
Okay, all right. Okay. There you go.
I'm gonna stay the course this time.
All right, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Because there's so much. There's so much
I know.
right there.
I know.
But and what I'd like to segue to right now, you've given us some great information. Listen, guys, you want to go out and pick up that book, get on Amazon, an experiential approach, and it's customer retention and an experiential approach. But you also want to look for practical selling skills, because
that's the selling in crisis. Yeah. That's on Amazon. The selling in crisis. Yeah. It's also on Amazon. Yeah.
So talk to us.
Well, the professional selling skills, the world-class customer service, that's on Udemy. You want to, you said I should talk to you about which one?
The practical selling skills.
Okay. Basically, I mean, selling is, you have different types of strategies of selling. You have the ambush selling. You have the consultative selling. You have the open plan selling. So just all manners of, just make sure you get your product in the hands of your customers. I mean, gone are the days where there's what you call the idea, which is AIDA, attention, interest, desire, action. But beyond that, selling is now, you must be seen as an expert. You must be able to get into the minds of your customers. You must be able to identify their needs and prefer solutions. You must be able to stay engaged. You must be able to create a platform where you can, a forum where you can not just meet their needs, but bring them into a community where they can get also feedback from other users of your product. So it's a lifelong thing. But selling is an art. You must also be relatable. As like I said, the customer buys into you first before he or she buys your product. So you're not just selling a physical product, but you're selling yourself and you're selling your values, what you stand for. Are you a person of character? Are you a person that is focused? Are you someone that is committed to what you say? And so if the customer sees those values and it's so apparent, even in your team, the customer just wants to come back again and again and again. So selling is a lifestyle. Selling is continuous. selling is also emotional. You must be able to connect with the emotions of your customers. So practical selling, professional selling, it's all well-rounded. And even at a time like this, you find some people, the sales is going down. But if you have the right skills, the right tools at a time like this, no other time to sell than now. For me, this book, this is just a recent edition, which has just come out, and it's selling so fast. And some people will say, how many people are buying books? How many people are reading? But people, it depends on how you present your product.
Mhm.
If you present your product in a way that customers feel that they can get a lot of value, and it makes it very simple for them to be able to pick up your products. Yeah. And they're also able to pass on the feedback. It makes it very seamless. Yeah. Makes it very seamless.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And no matter I think the state of the world economy or whatnot, however you want to see it,
Yeah.
their product, their services, their customers, and people will always have a need for your product or your service, because if your product or service meets their need and they know
right.
it exists, and like you said, you've shown yourself to be a subject matter expert, something that and that really just brings back to mind something that you said even in the beginning of the conversation. You are your brand. You represent your
You got the
company.
message.
No matter what it is, you're the message. You're the message. You're the messenger. You're the representative, ambassador, all of that good stuff. And so
That's right.
people buy into you
Before they buy the product. Yeah.
before they buy the product. And so that's an important piece to really understand about sales is how have I presented myself as my brand ambassador?
Yeah.
How have I presented myself consistently, continually?
And are you accessible as well?
Yes. Yes. And my accessibility. Yes. How am I engaging consistently with my current client or my potential client? How am I engaging them? How am I adding value with them through each engagement that they have with me? So
and also the area of handling complaints, service recovery, because it's not just about selling products, the customers' challenges regarding those products. How are you able to recover that service failure? Because that would definitely happen. Some customers find it very disappointing. At the point of purchase, everything seems very smooth. But if they have a challenge with the products and they find that the response is very slow, you can be rest assured that you're creating a major crisis, even for your brand. So you don't want to leave any door open for escalation of challenges. You want to resolve them as soon as possible.
Soon as possible. Yeah, that's real good. That's real good. The amount of value that you've added here, I know, you guys have been taking these notes. Your hand's moving fast. I know your hands have been moving fast through this conversation, but no worries. What we're going to do in the show notes and in the description of the video on YouTube, all of Adegoke's contact information, his social media, his websites, links to the books on Amazon and Udemy. We're going to provide that to you. So, and you can always hit replay. You can always hit that replay button.
Thank you so much. Awesome.
To go back and re-listen to this podcast and let that information soak in. Repetitiveness is how we learn, right?
That's right.
You want to make sure as business owners, as key leaders within our organizations, you want to make sure that we are providing the very best internal and external customer service possible.
That's
right. Want to make sure that we're building relationship in these transactions because we want that customer to be an advocate for the product or service that we provide.
That's right. I get referrals as well.
Absolutely. And something that Adegoke mentioned even in the end, how we resolve problems is necessary. Like we need to have that down to an art form, a science that, but the same sense of urgency that we respond to people when we're trying to close a sale, we respond to them with that same level of urgency with if they were to have an issue with a product or service, right?
That's right.
So you want to make sure your warranty stands, whatever that might be. Your word, your warranty, your return policy, all of that. We want to make that very customer friendly, because even in that, a customer can become your advocate
Yeah.
if they were pleased with the way their situation was resolved.
Yeah. They're excited. They want to tell as many people as possible about their experience, friends, colleagues, at place of work, and church members, anyone within the reach. They want to just share the news. And for a business, that's why you find that a lot of people using some products will stay with those products for years. And they don't just stay with those products. They bring in all the friends, they bring in all the family. And you want to be in that kind of environment for your business to be on auto.
Yeah.
It's a win-win. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. When I can think of a couple different products that I'm just
I know. I don't want to sell. I don't want to sell credit. Yeah, because I've not been paid. It's not. Just
yeah,
staying focused.
exactly. Like, we all can think about different products and services that we use to run our households and our business. It doesn't matter if somebody else is providing something cheaper. You are not moving because you will love the customer service that company provides. And so you are with them until Jesus returns. So we don't
That's
think
right. That's right.
that's
Right.
what we want to provide in return to our customers, internal and external customers, that they become that advocate for the things that we provide.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Because it's a lifelong journey. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. Yes.
yeah. Awesome. Awesome. Listen, sir, it has been wonderful having you on as a guest here on LaQuita's Toolbox. Your wisdom and insight into the areas of customer service, customer retention, and sales is amazing. And you definitely added more value than I could expect. That
Wow.
you exceeded the expectation, right? So thank you again so much for coming on. Listen, guys that have been tuning in to the podcast, we appreciate you. We appreciate you. Those that continuously follow us, thank you so much. If this is your first time, thank you so much for tuning in. And please consider hitting that like, subscribe button so that you can be updated and notified when new episodes of LaQuita's Toolbox comes out. But most importantly, please leave us a rating and review on your favorite podcast listening platform. Let us know what you think about what we're doing, the value that we're providing. And if you feel like we're not meeting your expectation, I want to know that as well, because I want to know what I can do to provide you with the tools that you need to grow as an entrepreneur, as well as tools for your personal growth and development. Until next time, this is LaQuita Monley, and it has been LaQuita's Toolbox. You guys be blessed and have a great day.
Thank you so much, LaQuita.
Thank you.